each other. Why? Because all they're going to do is argue and squabble. When they get through arguing, squabbling, and debate, they ain't going to build nothing. They're not going to produce nothing. They're not going to manufacture nothing. They're not going to create nothing. So why you talk to black people?
All y'all debating for? All y'all debating for? Get some goddamn money. Big dog. Damn about my people. Mr. White. The white fuck my people. I don't give a damn about my people.
Come on, you right there, bro. You right here. Charles.
They wasting my time bringing me here. They wasting my motherfucking time. Damn, fucking with me about my people. Y'all don't even care about y'all people. Go talk to your grandmama then.
We was so happy like it's systematic racism.
They wasting my time. Fuck racism. I don't believe in racism.
You be alright, nigga. You tough, right?
Type of drink, I just stand a nigga, hit him for the lean. The feds came trying to intervene. I snake a nigga, he can't get between. I sip and drink, whoa, it's a dream. So sacrifice, she know I'm a king. Whack a nigga with a ring. Shotty pussy got a bumblebee. Where shotty wanna be? The black truck sit behind me. He just hold over behind me.
We don't give a fuck.
Jesus!
We don't give a fuck.
I notice y'all don't have cashiers no more. And I just want to let y'all know, me and my kind, we steal something every time we go through them self-checkouts. Yeah, I can beat that robot. Yeah, robot. Yeah.
Everybody think the man is supposed to sacrifice his life for everybody else, and he don't get no reward, no enjoyment for it, and there's no return on it. The man's happiness don't mean nothing to nobody. The man's peace don't mean nothing to nobody. The man ain't appreciated, homie, till his presence is no longer there.
Damn!
So this what happened. Tootie jumped on DJ Academic page, threatening me. He been threatening me for years. He been he done called my phone, he been in my DM, so he been consistently threatening me for years. So I've been passing it on to Atlanta Police Department. So Tootie is suspected to be hanging at a house in Atlanta that's supposed to be gun trafficking. So the FBI already kind of been watching his house. Tootie don't know because, he playing gangster internet. But the people he hanging with at this house, the feds already on him. So that's how they sat and wait. So 2 nights ago, somebody sent me the address. Said, hey, I know where Tootie be at this house over at such and such. They be trafficking guns. So nigga, I just passed it on to my partner down with the Atlanta Police Department gang unit. Nigga, they put a team together.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
He pulled off the hammer back on the gun.
And then what happened?
He fired it.
Doolittle is accused of gunning down 34-year-old Michael Levy of Irving. Levy attempted to stop Doolittle, White, and 2 other teenagers accused of shoplifting 3 sports jackets and a baseball cap from an Arlington mall in September of 1991. Witnesses say Levy pounded on their windshield until the teens threw the jackets out the car window. Then Doolittle supposedly shot him in the back as Levy walked away. White repeated the conversation he says he had with Doolittle after the shooting.
He said, look, you shot him.
And what did he do?
Started laughing.
Levy had been married only 4 days when he was shot.
But I always had my dreams of my Prince Charming. I found him. And it's hard to believe, but I did. And I believe in fairy tales because he made my dreams come true. And they took that away.
White will be testifying against all 3 of his buddies in exchange for a maximum sentence of 12 years. A juvenile judge reduced the charge from capital murder to murder against Doolittle, so the teenager faces from 5 years to life in prison if he's found guilty.
Charleston White. Mr. White, I will remind you that this is a civil body, and if your language is inappropriate, you will be removed from the chamber.
Well, I'm not a civil man. This country once sold my ancestors, so civility is something that black people typically don't get exposed to in this country. But I do understand the Constitution, so I do come in uncivil behavior. Say, brother, where you go? The brother, you right here in the blue shirt, man, I love you. But I want to remind you guys that there's somewhere in the Bible that it was God who hardened the heart of Pharaoh. And you guys kind of represent Pharaoh in modern day times. And when I look at you guys and I see these good people come out and talk with their children, I don't see you guys show any compassion. Carrie Moon is probably about the only one who I really see any God-like spirit when I sit back and I just look from the outside. But I want to remind some of these white people, they got some black people coming to y'all neighborhood.
Charleston.
And they got some diseases. They got syphilis, chlamydia, gonorrhea. They got some good people.
Charleston, you'll be removed. Tonight, we will close tonight's council.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
A lot of shit pissed me off. Like we got Charleston White going in on, I believe it's Michigan State University. He was invited there to speak, and they're having a little issue with him actually getting to the point, right? He starts babbling on about, the black community not being able to reform itself instead of talking about the issue of what can we do to actually reform the black community. We already know the shit's in shambles. That is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Especially in Mississippi. Like, what the fuck? But he doesn't actually get to the point. He starts actually badgering them and saying that it never happened, and saying that it's a big ass waste of time for us to even sit here and campaign for it or talk about it or discuss it. Uh, you should go talk to your grandmother. Charleston White is known for doing comedian type things, comedic comedic skits on the internet. You know what I'm saying? He's known for lying, if you will, but being a comedian, you could lie, right? You could say whatever the fuck you want to as a comedian. They'll take it as a joke because you're a comedian, right? But when people trying to have decent and serious conversations, um, and actually are trying to hear some words of wisdom or something that they can actually use in the future, you know, it's kind of hard to actually find that peaceful and understanding voice that only certain people can actually deliver. You know what I'm saying? And those certain people that deliver it is actually big. You could tell that, people that can actually persuade a crowd or, have the crowd understand some things that they're trying to forth. It's not an easy task to do, and the people that do it are usually compensated very wellly for being able to be a great orator, right? So when you get put on the spot and you say that you have solutions for the black community, and then they ask you what the solutions will be, and sometimes it might not go well. Maybe he don't have the solution. Maybe I don't know. Because first he said he's helping out the kids and trying to help out, the youth and stuff. And, uh, uh, as far as going with, well, who is it? King Von's mother, you know what I'm saying? And it was a couple other mothers that he's reached out to, FBG Duck mother and stuff like that. It was really the Chicago crowd of mothers that he was trying to reach out to and act like he's helping and stuff like that, which is a great thing, and we want to see it happen. But if it doesn't happen and then, you're just using this for cloud or publicity, then, it's kind of, it's cloud chasing, it's culture vulture, is all that wrapped in one. And then even though you're the same color as most of the people that you're interviewing or talking shit about, it doesn't really matter because you're still culture vulture. And, you know, that's like me going to, anywhere and acting like I care about what's going on in the community or politically, uh, and then trying to get money from them to campaign or bring some fundraising over there, and not trying to put back into the community. It's a double edged sword. You can't be the speaker of truth, a preacher, right? Say that you're for reform, you know what I'm saying? Say that you're doing all this to see some change, and then people ask, well, what would be the change, or what would be the next step to get the change happening? And you don't have too many solutions, you know what I'm saying? It is a big step. It's a hard task, you know what I'm saying? And if you're not ready to give people them type of answers, you're gonna walk off. You're not gonna be able to uh persuade people that, especially that got an education on them, you know what I'm saying? And it'll sound crazy if you haven't thought this through, or make make it a point to actually try to understand where they're coming from in Mississippi, or whatever their plight is, you know what I'm saying? That's you going to these different communities, figuring out what the problem is, and then trying to uh, create a solution for that problem, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's, the wage or whatever. Like, it could be a million things. So too bad Charleston White couldn't come across more elegant, or more, I'm saying, or come across at all, because he kind of just walked off. But we want to see him do better, right? And be more part of the community, if that's what he's really trying to do, or go towards streaming and be a fucking streamer with Aiden Ross and do his thing like that. However he's going to do it, we just got to stop looking for uh people that's not really trying to reform or fix anything, uh to to hear them out and try to make them a speaker or two, or somebody that's going to reform some, a governor. Like, he does, I don't think he's ready for that position, you know what I'm saying, to say it as nicely as I could put it. I don't think he's ready for any of these positions that you guys are trying to put him in, and this is just a little one, and it's just a speaker of truth, if you will, you know what I'm saying. But it is what it is, man. Silent acceptance, we have like kind of strife.